Want to hear a bad word? Tax season. Yep, it's April 15th today. Yay! Did you turn in your taxes? After my last post, I got a letter that reads, "So it's tax time again." And that has the effect of making me and a lot of people pretty angry. It seems like we work really hard and aren't even entitled to keep all of what we earn. We all live with this fact because we have to. But it feels wrong. Sometimes I hope that some IRS agent will fall into a ditch. Yada yada yada. And speaking of Jesus, how did he feel about it? First, no one likes to pay taxes. Not even me. The taxes are good. They give us roads, schools, law enforcement, fire department, and pays for our Congress to fly in big cushy jetliners, receive gifts, and discuss and debate politics endlessly, all on our dime. Regardless if you like paying taxes, God tells us to. Romans 13 says, "Everyone must submit himself to the governing authorities, for there is no authority except that which God has established. The authorities that exist have been established by God. Consequently, he who rebels against the authority is rebelling against what God has instituted, and those who do so will bring judgment on themselves." God established a government that rules over us, and as long as they're not breaking any of God's laws, we need to go ahead and obey them. If you don't pay your taxes, it's like telling God to stick it, and I don't think you want to do that. Now look at the book of Matthew and look what Jesus tells us.
Render unto Caesar that which is Caesar's. There you go.
Render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and render unto God what is God's. Oh my, what does that mean? It means pay your taxes. I know what you're saying. Couldn't we at least pray to God that he would, I don't know, throw a huge fireball down on the IRS building? Yeah. Let's talk about that. When Jesus was walking from town to town, he entered a city called Jericho. There was a man named Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector, and he was rich. He was trying to see who Jesus was and couldn't because of the crowd, because he was short. He ran on ahead and climbed up into a sycamore tree to see him, for he was, speaking of Jesus, to pass that way. When Jesus came to the place, he looked up and saw him, and said to him, "Zacchaeus, hurry and come down, for today I must stay at your house." He hurried, came down, and received him joyfully. Tax collectors were hated by the Jews. At the time, Israel was being occupied by Rome, and the tax collectors were seen as collaborators with the Roman Empire. To top it off, the tax collectors were notorious for collecting extra taxes that they kept in their own pockets. I wonder why nobody liked them. And you think the IRS is bad. And despite all this, Jesus showed love to that tax collector and had dinner with him. People were shocked, but Jesus stuck to his guns. So when a tax collector comes to your house, invite him in for dinner. So I hope that just about covers it for you. Now it's time for the question of the day. What would you spend your tax money on if the government didn't take it? Put your comments below. This is Pastor Paul, and I'm your YouTube pastor.